Hey, good day, good day. This is your boy Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? Been on vacation, so I haven't had time to put out any material, but I think I am going to put out some material Monday to talk about this Woman King movie starring Viola Davis. Now, I was told that Viola Davis and her husband is executive directors of this, but I was told that a white female um, decided that she wanted to be the major lead in this movie. When I say lead, I'm talking about financial and for us going down the road of getting it done. All because she wanted a female empowerment movie. Well, you had Wonder Woman. That wasn't enough. So you feel you had to get something like a Braveheart. Her quote. Her quote. I was going to go see this movie. I was going to go see it just to review it. I don't have to see the movie. Now the trailer is awesome and make you believe that yes, women power, black girl magic, fighting against the oppressor. When this movie about the Dahomey people who were oppressors, my mom, my sister, my aunties, everybody went to this movie and loved it, not knowing the history, the true history of the Dahomey people. These people were slave traders, vicious slave hunters, vicious slave traders. They market slaves from all over Africa, particularly in Nigeria and other countries, but particularly Nigeria. They were at war with Nigeria, and a lot of them got slaughtered, especially the men. And that's why they had to develop this female army. It wasn't just that they had a female army. No, they had no choice but to get a female army because the men got slaughtered. And I think this is portrayed in the movie. What they did was took two different instances of two different women leaders and merged them into one. And I'm going to go into detail on this Monday. Number one, they didn't fight the Portugal. They fought two wars against the French. Go look up the history. Black people, we got to stop falling for Hollywood's version of black history. We in America are known to go to Hollywood for our history instead of going into the history book, going to the archives. You need to go look into the archives. The Dahomey people were maniacs, genocidal, vicious, voodoo worshiping slave hunters. The ones that they could not sell, they slaughtered in voodoo rituals. I'm going to go into that in detail. This movie is a sham. This movie is a lie. And it hurts me to see foundational black Americans, ADOS, freedmen, get excited about this movie, not knowing the history. I was excited when I first saw the commercial. I'm like, yo, this is cool. Not knowing what it was all about. Not a history buff. I mean, I love history, don't get me wrong. I like politics more. But I'm not a history buff. But when I started to look into the background of the Dahomey tribe and the slave trade and the slave port, I was looking at one part of the movie. She said some things are worth fighting for. You know what they were fighting for in real life? When the British colonies decided not to export slaves out, they wasn't stopping slavery. They wasn't against slavery. They're more so about stopping the export of slavery. Why do I need to export slaves when I need them here in this country? Because we want to start taking over certain parts of Africa. They fought against the French because the French said we got orders not to deal with, not to out export slaves. I use that word export. I don't use the word stop slavery. They weren't stopping no slavery. No, they weren't stopping slavery. They were stopping the export of slavery. They had to send ships to stop these slave ships from coming out with slaves. They wanted to stop the export. Why do I need to export slaves to America when we need these people here? We'll enslave the people in their own country here and colonize these countries and get rich off these countries for the sake of the Queen or for the sake of Europe. This movie is an insult to Black Americans. It's an insult to FBAs. It's an insult to Freeman. It's an insult to ADOS. And I'm not going to crap on my elders knowing that these people were the ones that sold them into slavery. With the help of white people, and somebody going to say, well, there go your reparations over that food. We not. Reparation isn't just about slavery. Reparations is about the work we did as slaves, the amount of money that you made because of our hard work, and we want our fair share. Ain't got nothing. Now, we can go back and hit them, and every country should go back and hit the people who sold them into slavery and the people who profit off them being slaves. Yes, and we will. Right now, we're talking about this movie. Look up. Before you go to the movie, I say go look at the history of the Dahomey tribe. Go study it before you go out to see the movie. You will be appalled. You'll be ashamed that you even thought about going to see that movie, like I am. I'm ashamed that I thought about going to see that movie. I see my family members dressed up in African attire. And honestly speaking, my roots are here in America. I don't need to go any further back to my roots in Africa. My roots in Africa sold us into slavery. So why do I want to go back to that? I have more pride and more faith in my roots here in this country than any other place in this world. We are a great people here. We've done phenomenal things here. We built the greatest country in the world here to the point that everybody wants to come here for the American dream. And we had to suffer an American nightmare to build that. And you don't think you want to pay us? Are you freaking kidding me? But that's all I got to say. Bob TV, is boycotting this movie because it is an insult to blacks all over the world, let alone foundational black freedmen / ADOS people. Anybody that's of that lineage going to see this movie and praise it, did not know the real history, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, for those who didn't know, they just thought it was going to say a Hollywood blockbuster inspired. It don't even say based on the true story. It say inspired. When they say inspired, they mean they're gonna totally fabricate this movie and make it look like something it's not. And that's what they did. It didn't say based on a true story. It said inspired. Before you go, you need to know who the Dahomey tribe is. I'm not going to go into detail. I could do a video and let you figure and go through detail on who these people are. But a lot of times you need to do your own research. Now, I'm going to do a video Monday. But a lot of times you need to do your own research. Shame on Viola Davis. Shame on all. Now, those African people who played in that movie, of course, ain't no shame to them. A lot of them come from that. That's their lineage. A lot of their lineage go back to slave trading. A lot of their lineage go to voodoo and witch doctors and it goes back to that. But for a black American to be proud of this movie. And look, Viola Davis is a great actress. One of the best. Oscar winning. She'll probably get an Oscar for this. This movie will probably top the box office if we sit there and go out there foolishly trying to see a movie that we know nothing about. Know before you go. I'll let you later. Peace.